we are all in trouble. We are definitely in trouble. What's going on, guys? Welcome back in the garage with Andy and Ryan. We got the whole crew here. Look at Andy's got a whole liter of Mountain Dew here. I told you guys we'd be working on a different project here, but still a diesel truck. We have got a 24 valve in here. This is actually, this is one of your buddies. Yeah. So this is one of Andrew's friends that has done a whole lot of work to this thing. So we'll start with going on with what has all been done to this thing. Got a brand new engine in here. Our man Mikey G hooked him up with a lot of the parts that are on here. It is a little dirty. It is a work truck, obviously. It's got a new fresh engine. It's got a Fleece Cheetah charger on here. A couple other supporting mods. What we're going to be doing is changing the injectors that are in here for something a little less horsepower than what's in it currently. This thing does get used, obviously, quite a bit. So when it's towing kind of heavy, the EGTs are a little hot. So what we got here, got a fresh set of full body DDP injectors. I believe they are 75 horse. I think what's in here is around 100-ish horse on the stock body. So got a fully matched set that's ready to go in here. Got a nice Banks ram air intake on here. Some Mishimoto intercooler rad. And yeah, so that's the job for today. So watch our man Andy Savage here. Once he gets done eating his sub, we're gonna jump right into this thing. Valve cover, really not too bad of a job on these 24 valves. We're gonna take off the monster ram here, take the injection lines off. So that's the job for today. No more oil changes. We did that, we actually did that before I started filming because I figured you guys were gonna think that all we did was oil changes on this channel anymore, but we did service Ryan's truck over here. And then right before we got back here, went to the Polaris dealer to look at razors. Well, Rangers too, but yeah, the new razors, they are sweet. What do you think, Ryan?
You want to
pick it up. They didn't give us the buy one get one free special.
Buys one, Ryan gets one free deal.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they didn't have any of those, but they are so sweet, so sweet. How you feeling, Andy?
I'm swimming into the engine. My feet are one with the ratchet.
Coming out. Second set of lines. Oh, caught on the light. Look at these nice fresh lines. Woo! These are the back cylinders. These are the front cylinders. So I would say that is probably the biggest challenge of maybe doing injectors on this thing, getting all the lines off of the pump. It is a little cramped down there, but the lines are all off. Andy's doing a good job. So really all we have left to do is pull the connector tubes out of the cylinder head, and on these you can kind of see the injectors kind of just sit right here. All we have to do is actually take off the exhaust rockers. We don't really need to remove the entire assembly, so we'll go ahead and remove the exhaust rockers and undo the 10mm bolts where the injectors go. You can kind of see on the new ones here, they really just have a little crossover hold down. I'll show you guys once they get out. The connector tube sits there on the side like normal, but it's really just kind of like a bridge that kind of pushes these things down, much different than common rail stuff. So nice DDPs. These should be nice. Very nice. Alrighty, we're all torn down. Got the old injectors out. As you can see here, this is the hold down piece that I was referring to. That just kind of sits on the top of the injector. So we are pretty much all ready to go. Just need to put in our new DDPs, reverse all of this fun process. Give you a look inside here. Not a whole lot to see here. Just get the exhaust rocker off. We'll make sure the push rods are good. What are you burping over here?
I'm sorry.
Mountain Dew. That's pretty much it. Looks like he's got some Manton springs and push rods in this beast too. One key tip, obviously make sure that all of the copper washers come out with the old ones. The new ones come with their own, but you want to make sure that you don't double copper O-ring anything. And when you're going back in, make sure the O-rings are nice and lubed up. Besides that, we're good. Alrighty guys, we are going back together, got all the fuel lines back on the pump. We actually have just done the process of bleeding the lines before we go ahead and before we reassemble all of the intake horn, the valve cover. A little bit easier to get to all of the fuel lines now. What we did was cycle the air dog pump a couple times and then just crank it a little bit. Now the engine will fire without obviously the valve cover, the intake horn. So all of the lines are bled, the truck will start now, and then we're gonna go ahead and put the rest of the stuff together. Once this intake horn is kind of right in front of like cylinder number 2, just kind of makes it kind of hard to get to all of the lines. So doing it right now just a little bit easier. So we are pretty much almost done, ready to fire this thing up. Time to take her for a quick test drive. Make sure everything number one, A-OK. This thing has got pretty tinted windows for a work truck, so we can't see a whole lot. It's actually got a Muldoon's trans as well. Seems smooth?
Yeah, he was just worried about the EGTs. I hope it helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we can't really tell because
we're not loaded.
Yeah, we're not loaded, so it's going to be hard to tell if the EGTs get any better, but injector installation complete. Oh, thank you very much. Alrighty guys, she runs smooth. She's not breaking up. Oh, I think Andy needs help backing up. Win at Tindo's. Bye, Andy.
See you guys.
Great job.
Thanks.
Number one, A-OK. Were you hiding chips?
Yeah.
All right, see you, buddy.
Later.
Have fun.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye. Smell you later. Alright guys, that is pretty much gonna wrap up this evening's project. Last tool tip that I have to give you guys, especially on the VEs I mentioned, for a VE pump and also a VP 44 pump. This 19mm crow's foot you can put on a little extension will really help you out with the injector lines down by the pump. So highly recommend you grab one of those. As you guys could tell, we didn't take those lines off one by one. We left them in a group, and that will really help you out with getting the injector line, the lines off of the back of the pump, keeping them in a group, and that kind of speeds things up a little bit. So really only took us like taking our time, maybe like 3-ish hours. Maybe we did put new intake manifold gaskets on there as well. That's one of those things that you probably don't really plan for, but you do have to take off your intake horn. The gaskets that we came off were kind of so I have some here. Put those on, and that is going to be it, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you guys tomorrow. See ya.